Hi guys, in this one we are going to do image upload with a progress bar. So let me show you exactly what we are going to create. I'm going to select a file. Let's choose this yoga. We see a progress bar. And here is the image that we successfully uploaded to the database. Let's select another one. This is resetted. I'm going to click cancel. Oops, something went wrong. After 2 seconds, we have a blank form. So let's try to upload this amusement park picture. And there it is. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so before we actually take a look at what have I done so far, I would like to apologize for the delay in video releases. So I know that some of you are waiting for example, the 5th part of the crypto real-time application. Some of you are waiting for the first part of the friendly introduction to Django. I'm really sorry about this. I had some health issues, so I can only give you an advice that if you are working 7 days a week, 10, 12, maybe even more hours per day, it won't be a bad idea to, just slow down a little bit. So this is exactly what happened to me. I had some health issues, but everything is okay right now and I'm ready to proceed. And with that being said, let's take a look at what have I done so far. So I started a brand new project called Upload Proj, and I added one app called Uploads. This Uploads app has been added to the installed apps list. And over here, I also told Django where to look for additional templates. I created a templates directory over here according to those settings over here, and I placed base HTML. I also provided some settings for the static and media files. I also created in our base directory the static folder where we have a favorite icon, main.js and style CSS, as well as the media folder, and this media folder will be updated every time a user sends an image to our database. And as the next step, let's take a look at the URLs PY. Over here, we have included the settings for the static and media files in the URL patterns, and we also have one path as the home view. So we will take a look at this in just a second, and this is the URLs.py file, which is placed in the main project folder. Okay, so as the next file, let's take a look at base HTML, and this is a modified version of the template that I got from getbootstrap.com. So we have the bootstrap CSS. I also placed a favorite icon, and here we have jQuery and custom CSS and JS. So here we are referring to the files in our static directory, and at the top I've loaded static. And then we have only one block defined as content, and yeah, once we inherit from this base HTML, this is the place where we will focus on, at least on the HTML part, and the JavaScript part will be done, of course, in the main.js. So let's take a look at now the views PY. Here we have just an ordinary home view, which was registered in the URLs PY in our main project folder. And we have our main HTML. So for now, we only see hello world. Then we have main.js, and over here we should see in the console hello world as well. And then we have style CSS, which is an empty file for now. So, okay, as you can see, I also created a super user. I'm already logged into Django administration, and here I have hello world and hello world in the console in the developer tool. So you might want to go right click, inspect, and then choose the console. Okay, so right now we can actually begin coding. So let's jump into our uploads application, let's find models.py file, and over here let's define a new class called upload, which inherits from models.model, and we will have only one field over here. I'm going to call it image, and this is going to be a models image field, so make sure to install pillow. So you need to run in the console pip install pillow, and this will do the trick. So over here I'm going to specify the upload to be images. Okay, so inside the media directory we will have another one called images, and this is where all the images will be stored. And then let's return a string representation, and let's return str self pk. Alright, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to register this model in our admin. So we need to go to uploads admin, and here from .models we want to import the upload, and then at the bottom admin site register upload. Okay, I'm going to save this. And what else I'm going to do? I'm also going to create a forms.py file, and here let's create an upload form. So from Django import forms, and we also need our model because we will be using a model form. So from .models let's import our upload, and let's define a new class upload form, which is going to be forms.model form. It inherits from forms.model form, and here with the class meta I'm going to indicate that the model is upload, and the fields are going to be image. Alright, so let's also not forget to run the migration. So I'm going to quit the server from running, Python manage py make migrations, and Python manage py migrate. Okay, perfect. So right now I'm just going to also run the server, and actually we can right now go to our views. So in the views.py we are going to bring in our form. So from .models, from .forms we want to import our upload form, and over here I'm going to define a form as upload form with request post or none, and request files or none. Alright, so we have our form. Let's pass it into the template. So we have uploads main HTML. This is this particular file over here in our uploads application. In the templates directory, in the templates directory we have an uploads directory, and over there we have this main HTML, and here we are passing the context, which is this dictionary, and in this moment it is empty. So let's put in form, and over here form. Okay, so now I'm going to save this, and we can jump in to the main HTML. Over here for now we have only hello world, so let's actually delete it. And yeah, maybe let's begin from the form itself. So I'm going to create a form with an ID upload form. I'm going to close it off. I'm going to put in a CSRF token and put in form SP. We don't need any submit button or stuff like that. So this is the first step. We have an upload form with a CSRF token, and this is the form that we created in the forms.py file. So maybe at the top of the form, let's create some boxes. So the first one is going to be a div with an ID alert box, and here we will see a confirmation that we successfully uploaded a certain image, or we actually failed to do so. So this is going to be a div with an ID alert box, and let's close it off. And below, let's have an image box. So I'm going to define the ID as image box, and here we will display the image that we successfully uploaded, sorry. Okay, so we have an alert box and an image box. Let's add a break line between the image box and the form. And then afterwards, after the form, let's add another break line. And here we will have another div with the ID of progress box. So this is the place where we will see our progress bar. And maybe also let's add a class not visible. So this is the class that we actually need to create. So let's go to the style CSS immediately. Not visible, and here we just need to put in display none. Okay, and I'm going to save this and return to the main HTML. And here I'm going to close off the div. And let's also have another div with the button for canceling the upload. Okay, so I'm going to call it cancel box. And also I'm going to provide a class equal to not visible. So at the beginning it will be not visible. We will change this to visible when we will actually remove this class, making it visible once the file is uploaded. So let's put it like this. And inside, let's create a button with a class is equal to btn danger. So it will be a red button, cancel. Let's close off the button and let's give it some kind of ID. Maybe let's call it cancel btn. All right, so let's save this, and yeah, I think we are done over here for the blog content, at least for now. So let's actually grab those elements. We need an alert box, an image box, we need an upload form, progress box, cancel btn. We need all of those things, and this is what we are going to do in main.js. So here we have hello world. I'm going to leave it, and below I'm going to begin from the upload form. So I'm going to put in a const equal to upload form, and this is going to be document get element by ID, and let's put in upload form. Let's console log the upload form, and let's see how this actually changed. So here we have an image, we have our form, and here we have our form displayed in the console. All right, let's continue then. So maybe as the next step, let's take a look at the input itself. So I'm going to open it up, and here we have an input type hidden with a CSRF middleware token, and then we have a paragraph, and here we have an input type file, name image, and here we have the ID. And this is extremely important because we will add an event listener on this particular input, so we can grab it by this ID image. And let's do it. So I'm going to maybe over here create a const, and I'm going to call it input. And this is going to be, again, document get element by ID input. Sorry, not input. The name was, the ID was ID image. ID image. And over here, I want to console log the input right now. So I'm going to save this, refresh, and here is our input, okay? So yeah, everything is working. We can actually continue. I'm going to also create a const for the alert box, and this is going to be document get element by ID alert box. Then what we had an image box, const image box, and this is going to be document get element by ID, and it was image box. And we also had a progress box, so const progress box is equal to document get element by ID and progress box. As the next step, we had cancel box. So const cancel box is equal to document get element by ID cancel box. And also let's grab the btn and the CSRF token. So const cancel btn is equal to document get element by ID, and then we will have cancel btn, and finally CSRF, const CSRF, and this is going to be document get element by name this time. And here we need to concentrate to not make a typo. CSRF middleware token, and I'm going to console log the CSRF. Let me save this, refresh. Here we have a node list, and if we go all the way down, we need to find the value, and here is our CSRF. All right, so this is working. So I'm actually going to delete this console log CSRF, and what I'm going to do is to add an event listener on this input over here. So whenever we choose a file, something will happen. And to demonstrate this, let's first of all add this event listener. So add event listener, let's put in change, and then we will have, for example, progress box. We will refer to the class list, and we are going to remove not visible. And also let's refer to the cancel box and class list, remove, and we will also get rid of this not visible class. All right, so let's add something to the progress box. I'm going to head over to the main HTML, and I'm going to put in progress. So I'm going to save this, hit refresh, and let's try this out. I'm going to head over to the desktop, and here I have some images from Pixabay. I'm going to select one, and as you can see right now, this image field has changed, so I see the progress and the cancel button. Okay, so this is working. And then we need to actually grab the file, the image itself. So over here, we are going to skip all the validations. We are just going to assume that we are uploading images and images only. So I'm going to create a constant image data, and this is going to be input files and 0. So we will console log this image data to see what this actually is. So I'm going to save this and let's try it out again. I'm going to just cancel it for now, refresh, and I'm going to select another image, and here is our file, okay? And this is what we are going to pass with the form data. So we can actually go 2 lines below, create another const called, for example, FD or form data, and this is going to be new form data, and we are going to write down FD append. We are expecting an image because we have it defined in our uploads as image, okay? So in the form data, we need to also put in the image and then the variable that we want to pass and send. So in our case, this is image data, okay? So we also need to put in the CSRF token. So here we are going to append CSRF middleware token, and this is going to be CSRF 0 value. All right, so our form data is actually ready to send. So below we can put in ajax. So we are going to refer to the jQuery ajax, and here let's specify the type to post. Let's also put in the URL, and this is going to be the upload form action. So actually in the upload form, let's jump in the main HTML. Let's put in action and set it to blank. And let's continue. So here we have the URL upload form action. And as the next step, let's specify the enc type. And this is going to be multi-part form data. And then we will have the data itself. So this is going to be just FD. And as the next step, we will put in before send. So this is the place where we will have a function that will do some resets for us. And I'll come back to this a little bit later. And then we will have XHR. And here we will have a function that is going to be responsible for the progress. So we will leave it empty for now as well. And then we will have the success. So what will happen on the success? And here we will have a function which will take in a response. And let's also leave it empty. And we will have error. So here also a function which will take in an error. And here we will put some instructions what should happen when an error occurs. We also want to prevent all future AJAX requests from being cached. So I'm going to put in cache is equal to false. And let's also put in content type false and process data false. In the description, you can find the link into the documentation, the jQuery documentation about Ajax, so you can read more about the stuff that we defined over here. But for now, let's focus on finishing the views. So yeah, let's jump into our uploads application to the views.py file. And over here, below the form, we can do a check if request is ajax. So if this is the case, what we want to do is to do another check if our form is valid. And if this is the case, we just want to save the form and we can return something. So for example, let's just go to the top from Django HTTP. Let's import JSON response, and over here let's return JSON response, and I'm going to put in, for example, message, and the message will be hell yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is what we are going to return as a JSON response. So right now let's go to the main.js and focus on this XHR. So what we need to do is to create another constant inside. Const, let's call it XHR, and this is going to be new window XML HTTP request, and below we can create XHR with an upload add event listener. And here we are interested in the progress, so let's put an arrow function with an event, and let's console log this event. Okay, so I'm going to save this and I'm going to head over to the browser, going to hit refresh, and maybe also what we would like to do is to emulate the real conditions. So we can head over to the network, and over here I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, and here we have throttling, and I'm going to change this to fast 3G. All right, so I'm going to go back to the console right now, and yeah, I don't remember if I refreshed the page, so I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm going to select some image, and we have the image selected. However, we don't see any console logs over here, and this is because we forgot to return XHR. So while we're here, let's also add a console log of the response if everything is okay, and on error let's console log the error. All right, so I'm going to save this, hit refresh, select an image, and there it is. So here we have the progress event. All right, so here we have, if we open it up, we have, for example, loaded. We also have the total. Okay, so here is how much is loaded versus the total, and we also have where is it, length computable. So in case of the length computable, I will just read you what is in the docs. So a length computable read-only property is a Boolean flag indicating if the resource concerned by the progress event has a length that can be calculated. If not, the progress event total property has no significant value. Okay, so this progress event total is the one over here. So if we have this length computable equal to true, we actually can get the progress. We can refer to the loaded and to the total. And in order to do that, we can actually comment out this console log with event, and over here we can put in if event, and then we need to refer to this length computable. So if this is true, then what we can do is to create another const, and I'm just going to call it %, and this is going to be loaded divided by event total times 100. All right, and yeah, let's console log the %. So I'm going to save this, refresh, and as you can see, here are our results. And then we have message, hell yeah. So if we refresh, name strt is not defined, so we need to go to the models, and of course it should be str. So let's save this, refresh, and here are our images. Okay, image 1 and then 2. All right, there are a little bit bigger because actually I'm working on a 27-inch screen, and in order for you to see anything I had to make the browser a little bit bigger, okay, so you can see clearly what's going on. Okay, so this is actually working, and let's return to this main.js and let's do some additional stuff over here. So what we can do is to refer to the progress box inner HTML, and over here with the use of backticks we can put in some code, and we will do this if we find getbootstrap.com and go to progress. Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted, and I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it over here. So this won't work entirely. However, if we focus on the width, so let's find the width. I think I've copied the wrong one. Yeah, I wanted to copy this one with the width. Okay, so I'm going to, sorry about this, I'm going to paste this again, and here with the use of backticks we can inject the %. So %, and then area value. Now let's put in also the %. Okay, and I'm just going to do it like this. So now we have this progress box inner HTML, which should give us the progress bar. We should see on our own eyes how the progress of the upload changes. So maybe let's add a line below, somewhere over here. Let's put a paragraph with %, and then let's round it up to 1 comma space, and of course over here let's put in %, and then let's close off the paragraph. So now let's take a look at how this will work. Going to refresh, select a file, and there it is. So as you can see, here is our progress bar. So we are really close to finishing this project. We could actually end it over here, but we want to do a few things more. So the next step will be to actually do something with this cancel button. And to be more precise, we want to simply cancel the upload once we press this button. So if it's 100%, that means basically the upload is completed and it's too late. But if we press it on 95, 99, 85, 83, 20, we should be able to cancel our upload. All right. So in order to do that, we need to go to our XHR, to this function, and somewhere over here we can refer to the cancel btn and add an event listener. So here we will have a click event listener. So we are listening for the click. And then what we want to do is to put in xhr abort. And we will like to also do some resets. So for example, we can put in progress box, inner HTML, and let's put it as blank. And then with the cancel box, where is it? We can refer to the class list and add not visible. All right, so let's see what will happen right now. I'm going to hit refresh, select a file, press cancel, and let's take a look at our database. Here we have this image, so the one that we decided to upload hasn't been uploaded. Okay, so now let's go back and concentrate on displaying the image that has been uploaded in the image box. So we will need to refer to the success, but first of all, let's actually define a new constant, and I'm going to do it over here. And I'm going to put in this constant as URL, and this is going to be a URL, a create object URL, and we need to pass in the image data. So this is basically to display the uploaded image if we are dealing with success. So this is basically a static method that creates a DOM string containing a URL that is representing a blob object in our case. And right now, with having this constant URL, we can jump into success. So below the console log, we can put in image box and then inner HTML, and this is going to be emg src, and here let's inject the URL, but let's also put in a width of, for example, 300 pixels. And yeah, let's close it off. So hopefully this will work. We will see our image. And maybe if we are here at the success, let's also refer to the alert box. Also, let's put in inner HTML, and we need to head over to getbootstrap.com, go to alerts, and let's go with the success one. So primary, secondary, and here is success. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it over here. And let's change the message. So here we will have successfully uploaded the image below, something like this. And now I'm going to save this, go back to our page, hit refresh, select maybe this yoga file, and it didn't work, so something went wrong. We don't actually see it. So let's take a look at what is actually wrong, and maybe this was the case. So I'm going to save this and hit refresh one more time. Yoga. And there it is. So right now everything is working. So right now we have successfully uploaded the image below. We have this image. We still have the cancel button. So maybe we should go take this cancel box class list, add not visible also on success. because once we upload it, we don't need this cancel button. It's too late for cancellation. Let's see right now. And no cancel button visible. So this is working. If I decide to select a different image, I still see this one. So maybe we should make a reset, okay? So in order to do that, we need to go to before send, and here what we are going to do is to do the resets as mentioned before. First of all, maybe we can do a console log. I'm just going to put in before, and then I'm going to refer to the alert box inner HTML and set it to blank, and to the image box inner HTML and set it to blank as well. So right now, if I save this, hit refresh, I'm going to upload an image. Okay, there it is. And then I'm going to upload another one. So as you can see right now, we have the alert and the image gone, and then we see the image that is uploaded. So let's upload another file to take a look at the cancellation. And we decided to just not to show the progress and the cancel button immediately. However, we still have this file as the selected one. So what we can do is to actually make maybe a set timeout over here, and let's say that we will do some resets after 2 seconds. So over here, first of all, I'm going to do upload form reset. So the selected file will be gone. And below, I'm going to take in this progress box inner HTML and this cancel btn with the class added not visible. I'm also going to put in the image box inner HTML, and I'm going to set it to blank, and the alert box inner HTML, I'm going to set it to blank. So right now, let's take a look at how this will work. I'm going to refresh, cancel, and there it is. Okay, so let's add this time this file. Okay, let's select another one, cancel. So actually this image box is not required because we are this image box and alert box, it's not required, I think, because we are resetting them over here. Let's see if this is working the way it should one more time. So let's select an image, yoga. Let's upload yoga, successfully uploaded, and then let's select another one. Let's cancel, and yeah, this is it. This is enough. So yeah, I think we can just focus right now on the error if something goes wrong. So also if we abort, we should see an alert box with an alert. Instead of success, we will have danger, and then we will have oops, something went wrong. Let's save this. Let's refresh. And oops, something went wrong. And right now this should also disappear, or we can leave it like this, but yeah, maybe let's get rid of this. So once we decide to cancel, let's actually put this alert box inner HTML and set it to blank. And let's do it one more time. So just to be sure that this is working properly, amusement park picture is being uploaded. There it is. I'm going to select another one, yoga. We are uploading yoga. Oops, something went wrong. Perfect. This is the effect I wanted to achieve. And yeah, I think we are done with this tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here. If this is the first video from my channel that you see. A lot of pretty cool content is coming up. I have to focus right now on releasing the 5th part of the crypto application, which will cover Django channels. And before I actually want to release the first part of the friendly introduction to Django. But I'm not done with the series on Django with JavaScript, so I will prepare a few videos on this topic to the series of the videos that already exist. For example, we will do image cropping. We will have select forms, so one select input will depend on the other and stuff like that. So once again, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. It will be a great pleasure to have you here. And yeah, see you soon. Take care and bye-bye.